Hey, good morning, everybody, and look who I got over here. Welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Gratitude Success Show. Look at this guy here. Who's you know who he is? That's old Lunch with Len himself right there. Well, today is going to be a great show. It's Friday. You know what day today Friday is? Friday is Jackson Kelly Day. So before I say welcome to Jackson, I want to say welcome to everybody who's here. Welcome Craig Kassler, Happy Hunter Terry, Chris, organic princess, the queen of organics. Christy, thank you for being here. Roseanne, thanks so much for coming here today. And everybody else who's coming in a little bit later on, that's cool. I appreciate it. Now, today I just want to mention who I'm grateful for to start off, because this is the gratitude show. So today I'm really grateful for God. I'm grateful for my family. Grateful for all my friends. A lot of you guys are right here right now, and that's so cool. I'm grateful for myself. I really do like myself. I'm grateful for my blessings, all the lessons I've learned, what I have going on in my life right now, and all the abundant blessings that's coming my way. I'm grateful for Len for being here. I'm grateful for J-Man who's here today. This is our co-host. I'm grateful for the two wonderful co-hosts I had yesterday. I don't know if you caught that show or not, but I had Karen Flower. She wrote the book Gravitate to Gratitude, and Matt O'Grady. We're going to put an event down here in San Diego, and hopefully we'll bring this guy here with us, Len Mooney, in November the 5th, a gratitude event. It was just so awesome. And today I'm also really grateful for a good friend Edie Galley. She's always posting cool things, commenting on my Facebook wall. Just really cool person. And I want to mention the Fireballs, Dr. Douglas Fireball and his wife Jody Andrews, because last night we began a 90-day platinum intensive coaching program. There's going to be 12 weeks of just hardcore learning how to do business, how to succeed in business. And it's really cool because I have never been involved in anything like that before. So this guy he's a $1.4 billion producer, and it's so cool. But he's taken a lot of us wellness warriors under his wing and showing us how to do things that we've never done before. So I'm really grateful for him. So hopefully he'll get that message somehow, I'm just really grateful for that. So anyway, so Jackson Kelly, thank you for being here today. You're up, brother, and we'll let Len can probably do a lot of this talking today here too. But thank you so much for coming today. I love Friday.
Wait, I'm allowed to talk?
You're allowed to talk, but first Jackson's going to talk. First J-Man can do it.
I'd like to hear from Len.
Okay, Len, you're up.
What would you like to hear from me? Would you like me to sing you a song or?
Yeah.
Right. Do it, man.
Did that would be great. I'd be grateful.
Let me
a song.
I could get my guitar and I could bore everybody to death. Hey,
can you make a?
Thank you. Go ahead.
I won't do it. We need to have a campfire over there around. Gosh, come on.
Fiesta Island.
Yeah, at Fiesta Island, campfire and some guitar with Andy, and that'd be a nice mastermind. That's what that would be.
We did an Andy Len video this morning on Fiesta Island.
Right on. Well, hey, listen, I love being here. I love watching every day your show that I can, and which is the most of them, and such neat people, and what a group that we have, and we got our arms open, and more are coming. I'm grateful for this community. I'm grateful for the people in the community. I'm grateful to the Winnegers who decided to do something right in this space, and not only right with excellence. And I'm forever grateful for the people that are catching this. They're understanding that this green flame is not a short one. It's an eternal one, because it's designed to help people. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful that now it's Len's turn to talk.
I was gonna mute him too.
Well, first off, I see a number of different comments in the chat and people welcoming me, and I saw Chris saying that she would have me over on FDC, but she didn't know I was still in town. So I really can't respond to the chat because Bob's got the keyboard. So
yeah, Bob's a control freak.
It's right in front of you, Len.
Well, I know, but when I type, it says Bob.
Okay.
Okay. So anyhow, but But thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. And yeah, if we're going to go on with gratitudes, I'm certainly grateful for really, the list is very similar. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for me and Bob and Jackson and all of you wonderful people that are here, and for Doug and Jody and all that's going on right now. I don't know, for those of you who were on last night's webinar, can we talk about the webinar here? Is that all right, Jackson? Is it?
No, I mean, you could keep it very, very general.
General. Yeah, that's what I meant. I wasn't going to go into specific. Yeah, but the thing.
Only because I'm tired of taking notes, and if you start talking, I'll be taking notes, and I already got like 5 pages of those.
Yeah, you don't need to take notes. But I was telling Bob yesterday, my first introduction to the network marketing business probably goes back 25 or 30 years. Like many of us, one of my relatives at that time, it was my wife's brother-in-law, came to our house and drew circles on a piece of paper and talked us into signing up for Amway and convinced us we were all going to be rich overnight. Of course, none of us made a penny. We did end up with a lot of soap in our garage, because that was back in the days then dropship didn't work. So we stocked a lot of soap, and I've been in 4, 5, 6 different network marketing companies over the years. I've been in Nu Skin, Melaleuca, Send Out Cards, and I've just never seen anything like what we have going on right now. We got a tiger by the tail here. This is so awesome. I put in 3 people in one day. I've never put in 3 people in a month, let alone one day. And people are resonating. They're gravitating. You show them what's going on, and they want to be part of it. And that's not just the business side, but it's also the product side. They're waking up when you show them what's happening and what they're doing to their bodies. Most people have a very strong positive response. So I was really, really excited last night. I've never seen anything like this available to us in this space. And these guys are telling the truth. They're really laying out what it really takes to build one of these businesses. Is so many people are misinformed. They come in with just bad information. Hey, just go tell all your relatives about it. This product sells itself. Everyone's going to get rich overnight. And of course, we know that that's not the truth. And that's why there's so many people that drop out. They come in with bad expectations, wrong expectations. So I think Doug did just an amazing job last night of just laying out the truth.
Amen.
And nothing but the truth. This is what it takes, and this is what you can expect.
Hard work.
Yeah.
And that's the ugly word is the WORK, right? And this computer that doesn't stay on. In the deal, the ugly word is work, and you know what? It's really not ugly. I remember, it must have been a year and a half ago, and I was in Dallas, Texas, and I was sitting in a little coffee bar, jazz bar lounge kind of a deal, and I was talking to Dr. Doug, and he put his hand on my shoulder, and I said, "Hey, I don't go that way." That's what I told him. He put his hand on my shoulder. He says, "J-Man," he says, "you really want this lifestyle." And I'll never forget that, because the way he looked at me, he wasn't looking at me. He was looking through me. And he said, watch this. He said, "It's a really good life."
It turns off just a little bit, Bob. Okay. I think.
And he gave, I had goose pimples, which had nothing to do with that, but I thought I'd mention them. It was like my hair was standing up. He's looking at me, and he's got me by the shoulder, and he's, how someone with real strong hands, and he like a father would hold a son, he's holding me by my shoulder, and he looks at me, and he just kind of shakes me a little bit. And then he goes back as if it never happened. And then I'm wondering, I look at my drink and I thought, maybe that didn't happen. No, it happened. And, that's why, that's one of the things that drew me towards him, not, because here's this guy, and you guys, he's larger than life. Let me tell you something. When you walk into a function, like I was at the Association of Network Marketing Professionals, and he was there as well. when he walks into a room, it hushes. I don't know if I'm not talking about a speaking event, a paid speaking event. I'm talking about when there's a whole lot of people that's in this industry and they all come together. When Dr. Doug walks in a room, people go. You know, we forget because we have access to this guy every day that he's got a national radio program. We forget because we have access to him every day that he's one of the highest paid, highest sought speakers in our space. We forget every day that, you know, that when I first, and Doug and I were buddies. We're buddies. I mean, we had spent some time together, and I said, hey, before I've got to slip out, I might have to, you know, get on down the road. I said, I need to grab your phone number. And he just looked at me like this. He had his phone in his hand. He just went. Now, I know he's an intelligent guy. He knew what I asked him. And he went, okay, J-Man. You know, it was like, so, I mean, it's just this guy does not let just anyone get within reach of him. Not because he's a prude. Not because he's mean in any way. Quite the contrary. Because he's so sought after that, you know, he just wants to make sure that the people that are around him continue to make. I mean, the guy's got a great life and he doesn't want to change that. He wants to be around positive people who want that as well. And that's what this group is. I mean, this is a culmination of all of us coming together and some higher purpose, I believe, and I think others do, some higher purpose is bringing us together. And why? So that we can all be rich? No. It's bringing us together because of what you said, Lynn, because these products are real. This is a message that's being brought to his people. Whatever you believe, if you're spiritual, listen, there's a higher spirit who hears our cries. He hears our pains. He's heard the cries of the people. He's seen the pain that greed is causing, and he's answering prayer. And for some of them, if we continue to spread this message correctly, guys, for some of them, they get to miss the suffering. For instance, like we talked on Toxic Talk last night that Lynn's had to experience. Maybe they get to miss what Bob went through. And I'm not debating whether these things were learning experiences. They all are. The point is, if I believe I'm doing can save someone from that deep kind of pain, because there's no pain like loss. And there's no pain like, you know, hey, it's one thing when, you know, your other half goes, you know what, I'm sick of you. I can't take this anymore, whatever, and blows out the door. It's another thing when you watch your love dry up like a rose and go away. This is the power that we have in our hands that we can give to people. And that's why I'm such a zealot over the greens. You know, everything else can follow suit. But we've had so much bad in us that we need to get good in us. And we have had so much bad, and what we have is so good that when people put this inside of themselves, it's like I tell Bob all the time, inside of them they have a testimony. You cannot lie to your own soul. You can't lie to the truth that's within you. And that's how powerful this is. And that's why one of the reasons it's absolutely exploding. And I agree with Lynn, and I'm thankful to God for being part of his solution, that he is reaching down through us to help the wounded and the hurting. Guys, God is omnipresent. He's yesterday and today. He hears the cries of your tomorrow. He hears the weeping of your tomorrows. That prayer that you were going to say, that one in desperation that someone was going to say because of the pain that was inflicted upon them, because these mass corporations are duping people and they're selling garbage that they make for 50 cents for $24 at Walmart. This has to end. God hears those prayers, and if we do our job right, and we act as his hands extended. Forget about no's and yeses. I mean, we understand they're there. Forget about that. Just think next. N-E-X-T, next.
Yeah.
Next. Now you know, next, because don't waste your time talking to someone who doesn't get it. Maybe this blessing isn't for him or her.
That's right. That's
So
right. It may not be for everybody.
Find the one who will receive you, and if they won't, just next. I was taught that when I was a broker, and we had to call and get a minimum of about $8,000, almost $9,000 from people we had never seen. You get beat up on the phone when you start asking people for that kind of money. And he said, next, find the guy that'll ring in his ear. And so that's how we got to look at this. Next, we've got a mission that's from a higher calling. Christy and I have always said, even before we knew Asante, we're on a mission from God. And we look to God to complete that mission. It can't be a mission from God if we're figuring it all out. See, because now when I say, okay, this is a mission from God. This is a message God's trying to help hurting people. This is real, right? So now I say, okay, God, I'm going to do that. Guess whose problem it becomes that I become successful? Not mine, God's. Because God is faithful. Because God answers righteous prayers. If you get, like Garrett McGrath says, if you get yourself in front of what God cares about, get ready for a ride. And that's what we need to get ready for, you guys.
It's going to be a ride. So let's go back to Dr. Doug for a minute. I want to tell you a little bit of a story, because I met Doug personally several times. First time I met him was in Texas, and at a convention, or a meeting, one of our groups. I had no idea who he was. As I remember being in the room with him, there was a very small number of people in the room at the time. It was actually the lobby bar of the hotel we were staying in, and there was probably 15 or 20 people milling around. And somebody said to me, "You know who that is? You were just talking to." Because I was talking to him. I stopped at his table. I was talking to him. I had no idea who he was. And I'm not embarrassed. I don't feel bad about that. The point of that message is that he is such a real human being and such a nice guy. There's just nothing. There's no airs about him. There's no aloofness. There's nothing. He could have been the janitor sitting there. I wouldn't have known. No.
He did have a broom with him.
Yeah. Oh. You were there when I met him.
I met him.
That was the meeting 2 years ago.
I met him at the bar in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Yeah. So he's just a real human being, an absolute gem of a human being. So I mean, we are so incredibly blessed to have this program going on right now, and to be part of this program. Like I said, I've been around the industry for a long time. I've never seen anything like it offered by any company. So it's just amazing. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see where we're going.
Well, it's I mean it's awesome, and we're all very, very excited, and we're breaking up though. I like what Craig Kassler said, and you bet Chris Green Organic Princess Shouse. Well, that's a mouthful, isn't it? God always loves us no matter what. Craig says, my dad told me 20% will remain ignorant no matter what you tell them. Something like that. It's going too fast.
Yep. That's what he says. My dad always told me 20% have the right to remain ignorant no matter what you tell them. And yes, they do. They have that right. And we can't take it away from them.
I like what Lisa says. She says, just had hubby's cousin asked to help him health-wise. People are watching and will come to you when they are ready. Keep sharing the world. Yeah, to the world. Hey, listen, I gotta, there's a couple of things. We're getting short on time. There are a couple of things I want to announce.
Can I have one thing before you finish, before you go on, then it's yours.
Yeah, no problem. If you get out of line, I'm going to have Bob hit you. So I've got control. So you go right ahead, sir.
Okay. This is a very sad, and I'll make a very short story, because about a year ago, I tried to get a friend of mine to change his diet, change some of the things he was doing. Now, I was in a different company at the time, but the theory was the same. The idea was the same. Last week, I got a phone call from that friend. He was laying in the hospital with cancer on his vocal cords.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't listen a year ago. It was I won't tell you the rest of the story. That's all. There's a lot of people out there that need our help. Some of them are too dumb to know it, but we got to keep trying.
Well, next time I'll tell you guys a story. You might have heard I was a fly on the wall to Michael Winiger's story, and this a gal that called in, and her husband was on the couch dying while she was talking. I mean, literally. And
Yeah.
so there's, and she had an opportunity, and she chased off with something that someone said, "Oh, this is going to be the next big thing." She went and took a lot of her people with her, and then boom, money can't buy you health. It's gotta be logic. Okay, listen. So real quick, I really want to quickly mention this, guys. Tonight on Friday Night Live, Christy and I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming as our special guest Roseanne Heaton. Roseanne
Right.
is. You guys know her. Roseanne is a powerhouse, and we're going to talk about what we've been preaching for quite some time. We call it a living list. It's a place, everything, the list is where the money's at, they say in this business, but I disagree. I was told that by a man who made absolute millions and millions of dollars. They say his house in the walls is cash, made with cash. That's what he insulated his house with, which seems dumb because if he ever gets a fire, whoop, that's gone. But my point is, he said to me, I said, so what is it? What's the big secret? He showed me all these pictures and films of these people making millions of dollars. Christy and I are sitting in his just huge home. And he goes, it's in the list. You got to have a list. Well, you know what? That was a few years ago. And God's taught us something. It is not in the list. It is in the relationship. Please hear what I'm saying. It is in the relationship. If you think you're going to make yourself something with the list, you will live by that list and you will die by that list. But if you make relationships with people and you really have something to offer and they know you care about their life, you're going to blow up. You're going to blow up because it's all for one and one for all. That's how big things happen. We didn't make the bridges across the spans in this country by one person standing out there and pointing. It took a lot of people. And that's what we're doing. That's what Roseanne is doing. Guys, listen, a living list. We encourage people to have their own group, their own piece of the world that they control. So when they introduce themselves, they are not just Joe Blow. They're Joe Blow, the host of Make That Group. And we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to show you tonight with Roseanne coming here. I don't know if anybody's got to gold quite as fast as this young lady, but it was lightning fast. And tonight we're going to honor her. We're going to honor where she's going, and we're going to ask her some questions because she's so new in this and so successful that it's still fresh on her mind. Why the heck did you get involved in this? And why is this different than other things? So it's going to be a blast. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have some special surprises in the meantime. So if you never had fun on Friday Night Live, we'll come tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I guarantee you we are going to have a blast. How does that sound?
It's awesome.
Wonderful. I love it. I love Roseanne.
Yeah.
Roseanne, she's just doing it. She's amazing. I can't wait for it. Tonight's going to be so much fun. She's an incredible lady.
Well, Bob, I mean, there's so many personalities and there's so much. Listen, it used to be before, technology, things were a lot different, but we're growing. We are evolving the media in which that we reach people and talk to people and make these relationships. Roseanne and a few others like Terry and others, they have a little corner of their world like you have with the Practice Gratitude Success. And when they go there, when people go there, they feel comfortable there. They feel loved there. They feel accepted there. And they're like-minded there. Then if you want to, I'm not saying don't have a list of people that you have relationships with, but if you look at it like a list, you're just like every schmuck out here, hawking horseshoes. Does anybody
Leads.
Yeah. Leads. Get it on that merry-go-round. When the leads are all around you, the sooner you stop calling them a lead and start saying, I'm meeting a new friend. I'm helping one of God's children. Say that in your heart, and say, God, help me find. Don't be afraid to ask your higher power for help in doing this, because your higher power is behind you. And with that, I'm done.
Okay. Well,
Wonderful.
I've been taught to never talk about what you can't do, but I am going to do that once. I will be out on the Colorado River tonight in a place where I have no internet access whatsoever. So sadly, I'm going to miss tonight. And
Yeah,
I am sad about that.
Broke up about that. You're going to be in beautiful nature, man.
Well, yeah, but I really am sad about, huh?
What are you doing exactly?
Water skiing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. All right. Who doesn't do that every day at 70 years old?
Well, it'll be the first time up on skis since well before the hip replacement, and I signed up and paid for this trip 2 or 3 months ago before I realized the schedule, we were going to be on this week. If I could, I would. Well, I mean, I could change it by simply not going, but I'm going to go.
No, you got to go, Lenny.
I got to go.
I love you guys. You have a great time. I'm gonna hop on a call here that starts in a couple. But I love you. Love everybody here. See you on Friday Night Live. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Lynn. It was a blast.
Love you too, buddy.
Hey, make sure you guys go to YouTube and leave a comment. Leave a comment for Jackson. Leave a comment for Len, and leave a comment for Roseanne for tonight too. So go to YouTube and just leave a comment there.
YouTube.
Well, I'm here all the time anyway. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming. We'll see you. We'll see you Monday. We'll see you tonight on the Friday Night Live show. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome, cool show. So check it out. It's at 6
Hopefully
o'clock.
I can catch the replay.
You'll get the replay. Yeah, it's going to be at 6 o'clock Pacific time, but it's all over the place. It'll be. It won't be on my Facebook because I can't post. Yeah, we're still on. We're still going. Do you want to say something?
No. I just, but it's what I know.
I want to let. I can't post a lot of links. I'm having Facebook stuff going on my. They won't allow me to post links, and I can't tag people, so it won't be on my wall probably unless Jackson or somebody puts it on my wall and does it on my Facebook wall. So to look for it, it'll be able to go to Jackson Kelly, go to Len Mooney's. It'll be around somewhere. So talk to you later, guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye for now.